Hello everyone. Skydiving is parachuting from an airplane for fun. Skydiving can be done individually and with groups of people. Training is required. Unlike most paratroopers, skydivers often wait until they are low before opening the parachute. The jump can also be made from a helicopter or a balloon that is high enough in the sky. Skydiving can be an exciting sport. Skydiving includes free falling, usually from an airplane, through the air prior to opening a parachute. Typically, skydives are carried out from around 4,000 meters, or 12,500 feet, offering 40 to 50 seconds of free fall time. Longer free fall times can be achieved by exiting an aircraft at altitudes much higher than 4,000 meters. But very high jumps require pressurized air within the aircraft and bottled oxygen for the diver. During a skydive, total freedom and control of the air can be enjoyed, as well as many complex and spectacular maneuvers including flat turns, somersaults, and formation skydiving. Skydiving can be enjoyed either as an individual, doing solo, alone jumps, or as part of a team carrying out formation skydiving. Generally, the term skydive refers to the time spent in freefall from exiting an aircraft to deploying a parachute. But skydiving does include some disciplines such as accuracy landings and canopy formation flying, which concentrates on the time spent once a canopy has been deployed. Notable skydives. Captain Joseph Kittinger recorded the highest skydive from a height of almost 102,800 feet in 1960. The youngest to accomplish the feat of skydiving was a 4-year-old. On the 6th of February 2004, a group of 357 skydivers joined hands and stayed in that formation for 6 seconds in Takli, Thailand. The oldest person to skydive to date was Catherine Kitty Hodges, 103 years and 129 days old. Base jumping is a fringe sport in which a person jumps from a fixed place and uses a parachute to slow down before the ground is reached. BASE is an acronym that stands for each of the 4 jump location categories, from buildings, antennas, spans, bridges, and the earth. This last is similar to jumping off a cliff. Base jumping is an extreme sport. This means it involves speed, height, danger, or spectacular stunts. The idea for base jumping came from skydiving. Base jumping is much more dangerous than skydiving from aircraft. Base jumps are usually made from much lower altitudes than skydives. Also, the jumper leaps closer to the platform or standing space. Base jumpers fall through the air at slower speeds than skydivers because they begin the jump closer to the ground. As a skydiver falls, he accelerates while falling and gains speed with each second. So, a base jumper does not always reach terminal velocity, because faster speed while falling through the air gives jumpers more control of their bodies. And a quicker parachute opening, the longer the delay in the air, the safer. Another danger is that most base jumpers have very small areas in which to land. A beginner skydiver, after the parachute opens, may have about 3 minutes or more of a parachute ride to reach the ground. A base jump from 500 feet will only have a parachute ride of 10 to 15 seconds. Parachuting, including also skydiving, is a method of transiting from a high point in the atmosphere to the surface of Earth with the aid of gravity, involving the control of speed during the descent using a parachute or parachute. For human skydiving, it may involve a phase of more or less free falling, the skydiving segment, which is a period when the parachute has not yet been deployed and the body gradually accelerates to terminal velocity. For cargo parachuting, the parachute descent may begin immediately, such as a parachute airdrop in the lower atmosphere of Earth, or be significantly delayed, such as in a planetary atmosphere where an object is descending under parachute following atmospheric entry from space, and may begin only after the hypersonic entry phase and initial deceleration that occurs due to friction with a thin upper atmosphere. Parachuting disciplines such as base jumping or those that involve equipment such as wingsuit flying and sky surfing have a higher risk factor due to the lower mobility of the jumper and the greater risk of entanglement. For this reason, these disciplines are generally practiced by experienced jumpers. USPA member drop zones in the US and Canada are required to have an experienced jumper act as a safety officer. In Canada, DSO-Drop Zone Safety Officer. In the US, SNTA-Safety and Training Advisor, who is responsible for dealing with jumpers who violate rules and regulations. or otherwise act in a fashion deemed unsafe by the appointed individual. In many countries, either the local regulations or the liability-conscious prudence of the drop zone owners requires that parachutists must have attained the age of majority before engaging in the sport. The first skydive performed without a parachute was by stuntman Gary Connery on May 23, 2012 at 732 meters. World Championships are held every 2 years both indoor and outdoor in the competition disciplines of artistic events. Freestyle and free fly, indoor and outdoor. Canopy formation, outdoor only. Canopy piloting, outdoor only. Dynamic, indoor only. Formation skydiving, indoor and outdoor. Paraskiing, outdoor only. Style and accuracy landing, outdoor only. And wingsuit flying, outdoor only. There are now 2 competitive artistic events, freestyle and free fly. Freestyle teams consist of a performer and a videographer, free fly teams have 2 performers and a videographer. Skysurfing is no longer a competitive event after insufficient competitors entered 2 successive world championships. In parachuting, a drop zone or DZ is most technically the area above and around a location where a parachutist free fall and expects to land. In and, the area wherein parachutists land will be referred to as the landing area. The drop zone is usually situated beside a small airport, often sharing the facility with other general aviation activities. Drop zone staff may include the DZO, drop zone operator or owner. Manifest, pilots, instructors, coaches, cameramen, packers, riggers, and other general staff. A parachutist's equipment consists of at least 3, usually 4 components: a container/harness system, a main canopy, a reserve canopy, and frequently an automatic activation device, AAD, as well. Other items may include a helmet, goggles, jumpsuit, altimeter, and gloves. An increasing number of skydivers wear cameras, like GoPros, to record their skydives. Most parachuting equipment is ruggedly designed and is enjoyed by several owners before being retired. A rigger is trained to spot signs of damage or misuse. Thank you all very much, have a nice day, and please like, share, and subscribe.